Welcome to the Photo Odyssey. Auto versus manual. Do you really need to learn manual? Alright, welcome to the Photo Odyssey, everybody. If you're here, thank you for being here. Peace and love to you. Do I shoot manual? Do I shoot auto mode? Like, which one do I have to shoot? Do I have to shoot manual to be a quote-unquote real photographer? I mean, the short answer to that is no, you don't have to. End episode. Just kidding. But you don't have to shoot manual mode to be a real photographer, in my opinion. I mean, let's dive into that a little bit. There's so many, what do you use auto mode for? What do you use manual for? I mean, why would you use it? How do you use it? I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with each thing. So many cameras these days, you can shoot certain things in manual or auto mode. But that's for like highly advanced people, like just grind out and know the gears, and it's like, that's great, but I love that camera. I get sidetracked when I watch it. I say like, I don't know what it does. Anyways, in space now here. When auto mode actually helps. So when does auto mode help? I use auto mode quite a bit honestly. I mean, I'm a beginner, intermediate. When do you figure out when you're a beginner, intermediate? That's another good question for another day. Maybe that day is today, but I mean, auto mode is when you are a beginner, you don't know the settings very well, you don't know what to do, what the ins and outs of everything are yet. So, I mean, you want to get a fast moment, you're learning composition, days where you just want to go out and shoot, I'm saying, there's like really not a whole lot of thinking involved with it. So you go out, grab a camera, put it auto mode, maybe like shutter or f-stop or whatever, or ISO mode, whatever. I think on my camera it's like AV and TV, which is like shutter priority, aperture priority. But you just want to go out and have a nice relaxing day. Just shoot. Don't worry about the settings. Let the camera do the work. Let it happen that way. And if you just want to get compositional shots where you can really learn and practice and experiment a little bit with just shooting and not having to learn enough. And then you can later on go back and check out the settings and, oh, okay, this worked here because, well, the ISO automatically went to this speed and the f-stop's over here. So then you can really learn that way too. So you can get out, shoot, learn compositions, or just have fun and shoot and just look at the settings later. That's what I did a lot of times, and I still do. I mean, I go out shooting, and I'll just go for a walk, go for a hike with the kids. I'll just go hang out somewhere and go sit by a lake or something like that and just shoot. And later on, when I upload the images to Lightroom and peek at the settings, what was picked from auto mode. That's not to say that you shouldn't shoot manual mode either, because you have so much more control over how the shot turns out when you learn the ISO, learn the shutter speed, learn the aperture, how that all works and how it all like connects, because they all do connect, and one part can be here, and they connect that point here, so it makes this. It's very interesting. It's very fun to learn it too, and it gives you like the creative freedom of manual mode. But shooting manual mode gives you so much more control, so much more freedom to do what you want, how you want a shot to turn out. I first started out manual mode. I'd watch Peter McKinnon, Thomas Heaton. Their shots always turned out like amazing, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like how do they do that? And they're so good, and they're students of the game. They look at their camera settings, they understand what their camera does, what it can do, the potential of what it can do, and they know what it can do, essentially. They learn their gear very well, but also they switch modes too. I mean, their shots come out very well because they auto mode for snowier, sunnier days or cloudier days. And if they're on a quick photo shoot or portraits or whatever, where they kind of got pressed for time, put it on auto, and you get it done. But in my journey, though, I started out with manual and learned like the hard way of. I've always had to learn the hard way for myself. But I learned ISO, I learned shutter, I learned aperture. I missed a lot of good shots, a lot of great shots that would have been caught if I had just used auto mode. But what manual mode gave me learning it is that at a time where I was trying to rush around too much, at times where it didn't need to be rushed, I slowed down. I thought about my shots. I took the time to really think about, okay, when I take this shot, like, do I want it to be darker, lighter, background more out of focus or in focus, or blurred out with a little bokeh, and it would slow me down because I could just go, shoot. Oh, fuck, sucks, whatever. But it helped me to slow down, though. Shooting in manual mode really put me back into a frame of mind where I could just breathe, think, plan. I think that really helped me be a better photographer, because when I do use auto mode, I still have those consistencies built where I'm just double checking everything. But I do it kind of quicker now. It's a little more faster of a pace in the process now, where like I can see a shot. I can see how I want to edit it. I can see how it's going to look. I can visualize it. Everything how I want it to be, or how I'd like it to be. I'll make it happen with my camera, with what I have. And then if I'm in a darker setting like my office right now, where I like to keep it dark in here, just having that light on top, I can I'll put it in manual mode. I'll adjust my settings and maybe move like a light that I have on my desk. Like, we're not on my phone. There's like a light over here. It's a light over here. But I can use that, and it can really manipulate how I want the shot to look. Auto mode, it'll just probably catch the light right here and just kind of overexpose or underexpose for certain things. But using manual mode really slows it down, makes you think. Auto mode, you just want to know a stress-free zone with what you want to do and a little less creative freedom with it. But if you are going to start, which I would suggest to start with auto mode first, for at least for a good month. Unless you want to have days where you just shoot manual, do that too. But I suggest to start with aperture mode, and to suggest with shutter priority, because what that gives you is your shutter, your ISO. It'll take into account your location. So if you're in a darker area, it'll slow it doan. It'll put it to maybe 1/25th a second, so it gathers in more light as you shoot. And if you're outside, it'll speed it up for you. So it'll put you right at 3000 or something or whatever. And aperture mode, it kind of just brings into focus where you're at. I think that's a pretty lazy way to think about it, honestly. I was just thinking about it. Yeah. Here, let's I'm talking too fast again. Aperture mode. Let's look at the definition of that right now. So aperture mode is also known as aperture priority mode, A or AV. It is a semi-automatic camera mode that allows the photographer to manually select aperture while the camera automates the shutter speed. I knew that. I was just thinking, I was like, that sounded so weird how I said that. I knew that was wrong. But by adjusting the aperture, the f-stop, you control how much light enters the camera when you take a photo. Lower aperture values results in a shallower depth of field, DOF, while higher value creates a larger depth of field. Alright, let's go check out the shutter priority definition of that here. Shutter priority is a semi-automatic exposure mode on your camera that allows you to control the shutter speed. While the camera automatically adjusts the aperture for proper exposure, the mode is particularly useful for capturing fast-moving objects in action photography for creating long exposure effects with deliberate blur. To use shutter priority, simply set your camera to S or TV mode. Select your desired shutter speed. Let the camera handle the rest. This mode is ideal for photographers who want to prioritize motion effects while still achieving a well-exposed image. There you go. Straight from Google right there. I I think I explained it all fucked up. I fucking explained that so weird. I explained it wrong. Being in recovery myself, um, and being in wanting to be a photographer and just being a photographer, you get a lot of what's the word? You get this imposter syndrome to you. Like, am I a photographer? Am I this? Am I that? Am I that? How do they look? How do they look? How do they see me? How do I want to be seen? And you get a lot of revert back to a thing that I learned in AA. Because I go to AA once in a while, and I read the big book and everything, and I take my sobriety very serious. And there's a thing that we say in there: it's progress over perfection. You make little small progresses, little small goals here and there, and they eventually got one tiny one here, all add up to a giant goal. Eventually, over time, it's progress, not perfection. It's progress over perfection. So that imposter syndrome, you start to think and feel bad about yourself, and you're ashamed of yourself, and you start questioning and second guessing, and then that questioning and second guessing will take you away from your camera of like, oh, I'm not having fun anymore. This isn't something that I want to do because it's hard and stressful, and it shouldn't be. Shooting pictures, taking pictures, or whatever it is that you want to do it should be one of the most relaxing things you can do. If you truly love to do it, you will find that it brings a calm, serene kind of feeling to your life. That it's in my recovery. I like to mix with a saying also that it's called "Be good to yourself." It helps you to take care of your mind, your body, your soul. It gets you outside, it gets you moving, it gets you thinking, it gets you relaxed, it gets you in a headspace that's healthy for you to strive for yourself. So, and I'll tell everybody this: shoot auto right away. Shoot auto, because don't feel ashamed for shooting in auto mode. There's nothing wrong with shooting in auto mode. And if somebody says, "Oh, you're not a good photographer, you don't blah 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 blah," fuck what they say, man. It's your photography journey. This is your journey. This is your photo odyssey. This is your moment for yourself to express how you feel, how you want things to be seen in your eyes. And that's what life's all about. It's self-expression. How you want to show people how you feel through a photo. How do you want to show yourself how you felt through a photo? And a lot of the photos that I take today, I look back on them later on, because they are for later on. If I'm feeling down or sad or depressed or happy or elated or joyful or excited, anything of all those big emotions, I want to record that now so I can look back 5-10 years from now and be like, oh man, I remember how that is. I can feel how I was then to how I am now. Is there growth? I hope so. If there's not, something's got to change. But hopefully 5-10 years I'll figure that out. But photography is such a useful tool for so many things that don't be hard and down on yourself. Don't feel ashamed for using certain settings or not knowing certain settings. I call this page, this channel, the Photo Odyssey, because it is an odyssey. It's a photography journey. It's a photography odyssey. There's going to be ups and downs and backtrack. There's going to be failure, triumphs, great triumphs, huge failures, and then you'll find a steady groove to it too, and then you'll learn to navigate all that stuff eventually. And, that's what this channel is for people that are maybe in a creative rut. They need to hear somebody to bring them back to where they were and say, oh, okay, I see where he's at now. I'm light years beyond that. I'm doing good right now. It's okay. I'm all right. Things will even out here again. Or you're just starting and it's like, holy fuck, like, what do I do? I just spent $10,000 on all this gear. I don't know how to do it. I can't shoot. I suck. Things will work out. Things will be fine. Things will even out eventually. You have a high, you have a low. That's life. That's how it happens. But it always evens out eventually. You just gotta keep working at it and take time. Be easy on yourself. Be good to yourself. And just keep shooting. Have fun. Just go out there and have fun with it, honestly, too. So in closing, use what helps you enjoy photography. This is pretty much what I just said. Gear and settings and gear and settings are tools. They're not like they're not status symbols. Manual, auto mode, those are tools. They're not who you are. They're things that help you be a better photographer and they help you grow quicker when used properly and used at the right time. And the right time is how you feel while using it. You feel confident to go use manual mode, get out there and use manual mode. If you're like, I don't really know these settings too well, go out and shoot aperture mode or priority mode and just look back on the settings and or notice them as you are shooting what it says and where it's at. It's kind of take a mental note. But yeah, that's all I got today for you guys. Please like and subscribe. In the comments, just put down a couple of things that you just your struggles with auto mode and manual mode. What do you think is I don't know. Fuck. I'm just gonna sign off here. Just comment below what you thought, what you think about auto and manual mode. I guess. What a horrible ending to this episode this was. Alright. Peace and love. I'm out of here. I got work to do here. I'm at my office, so I gotta get to work. Bye. Love you. Like and subscribe, please. Thank you.